This is Empress Urban Divinity with a new video. And basically the topic of this video is about the way that we're living in such a time of the Walking Dead. I am getting so sick and tired of the bullshit. Like, y'all don't even understand. People cannot formulate their own original thought based off of facts, even if they wanted to. Most people walk around regurgitating propaganda and Instagram memes and the sayings from their favorite artist or actor or Instagram person that they're following, and they do it with such a contrite, such a I'm trying to think of the word. Basically, they mean it in their core, and they really feel as though they're thinking, but they're not. I am so tired of people not being able to formulate original thought or being able to use their God-given intellect. You have people right now who are upset with Kanye West for some of the things that he's saying. Me personally, I agree with most of the things that he said. Like, they're facts. Anybody who watches any international news, anybody who does any research for themselves, anybody who does any of that knows it's facts. Like, so it's not about if you like this person or if you don't like this person. It's about the facts, and he haven't said anything wrong. But majority of people are slamming him right now because they are being told to. And because they're being told to without doing any research. And see, the thing is, the problem is not disagreeing with him. The problem is not slamming him. The problem is doing so without having done your own due diligence of active research and active comprehension and understanding before formulating a thought. That's the issue. That's what most people are not doing. That's what the problem is. They're told, like, some people aren't even watching his interviews or reading the written interviews themselves. They're letting little clips, and they're allowing other people to shape and formulate what their predisposed perception should be of something, or just tell them what it is, and they're taking that on. And because, and I think I've said this before, people tend to feel that just because you have a majority on your side that you're right, because it's a play on psychology. If majority of people or if it seems that a majority of people are thinking a certain way, then you feel validated that your opinion has to be the correct one. It's a common fallacy. And look up common fallacies while I'm doing this. But that's not so. And I'm going to tell you something. Normally, the majority is incorrect. Normally, where there is a majority, there is violation of basic human rights. There's violation of righteousness. There's ignorance, as in not knowing, but choosing not to know. That leads me to the second part. When it comes to history, we tend to think of people in historical situations as though they were not people, beings such as ourselves today, with a psychology, with a mentality. We know slavery was forced. We know people were kidnapped. We know many injustices took place. However, I'm a believer that in all situations there is a choice. Whether it's between a rock and a hard place, it's a choice that you can make. So, when slavery was going down, as slavery is going down today, right now, whether you're a corporate slave or whether you're very much still in manual slavery or very much in sexual slavery, it all boils down to one thing, which our people have never conquered, which is why we do not go anywhere. How deep is your love for your life? How deep is your love for luxury in your life? How well are you dedicated? And how disciplined can you sacrifice? We fell on all that. When it came to slavery, we could have been on some give me liberty or give me death. Like, straight up. And a lot of people were. But not enough. We wasn't on it as a nation, since y'all want to make us a nation. We wasn't on it as a nation. Because before you rip my child out of my arms, I'll kill my own child. That's the mindset they should have had. Before you about to split up my family, it's gonna have to be off with all our heads mentality. Before I stay here and work all my life for someone else, where my future generations, centuries plus later, will have no inheritance and still have no connection to who they are, you're gonna have to give me death. Straight like that. Straight like that. But we wasn't on that mentality. You had people who the only reason why they didn't go to get their own freedom was because, just like today, the reason why y'all won't leave y'all corporate slave jobs, because then they had to go work for themselves, provide their own shelter, provide their own food, provide their own clothing. And most people will not sacrifice what they know is a sure thing for something that may be, even if that sure thing is low quality. So you live in a shanty shack, and they will keep the shanty shack before they make moves to try to move into a decent home. And that's how it was with slavery. They rather have stayed on the plantation where they know how many meals they're going to get, they know what clothes they're going to have, and they know where they're going to lay their head, versus be free and have to do for self. And I can say that, and people who are not dealing with borderline personality disorder, which majority of our people are, majority of society as a whole is, can understand that it was that too. And it was also, people were kidnapped and people were forced into an impossible situation where they had impossible choices to make. But the key is choices. And some people honorably made honorable choices. And some people made choices that are honorable for them because they were able to live with it. Just like people today. But my whole point of this rant is I need people to really, like, I need people to try to think. I need people to use their own brain. I don't even care. Like, I just need to know that people are thinking, that people are using their brain, that people are critically, aligning information and not misinformation, not Instagram memes, bruh. Information, putting it together, forming informed and informative thought and commentary. Like, I'm so just hyped by this situation. Like, this Kanye situation has pushed me over the edge. I've been feeling this way for a long time about many things. But I finally just had to say something to let other people know, like, you're not alone. Like, we may be far in between. We may not all be, like, in one place. But there's other people that are looking at the world right now and viewing fucking insanity. There are. And I'm one of them. You're not alone. This is Empress Urban Divinity signing out. Hopefully, some people are feeling less alone than they were feeling before being on this video. And for some others, I hope that it can begin to spark you into some kind of self-informing place.